Now I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. How about that, eh? Start off every video off with a song. What's up, y'all? It's Hotta Kevin. This video is to celebrate the fact that the channel is now 8 years old. Would you believe that? This channel is 8 years old, almost a decade old. Man, that's incredible. You know, I really would like to thank all of you who've been with me from the start, halfway there, or just found me. Patrons, non-patrons, viewers, what have you. You know, have been with me in this journey and to proverbially hold the shield wall, if you get what I mean. You know, so this channel is really something else. You know, this goes to show that when you're passionate about something, you just never give up. There was a time. Oh yeah, there was a time when I was about to give up, but I kept on going. I kept on going no matter what, you know, because it's the obstacles before us in life that make us stronger, you know. It's a test of strength, and whatnot, to keep on going, you know. And this channel, you know, was quite foundational. I mean, this is 8 years old. You know, and now I think about it, you know, given the impact it has had on the world, the fact that it has like 22, almost 23,000 subscribers, you know, maybe it's safe to say that this channel, despite how, I mean, of course there are channels more popular than I am, but for me personally, this channel is my legacy. In that, you know, should I have descendants in this life that want to carry this channel on, and if they don't want to, that's fine. I'll have to find someone who's qualified, not just anyone who has an interest in Old English. They have to be qualified. They have to really know the subject well, and they have to be I would have to personally pick them. They would have to be someone I know very well, and they would have to be a person of good character and, you know, with virtue, right? Because it'd be a shame for this channel to turn into to put it politely, an unvirtuous sort of thing, you know, because I like to put up positive content that uplifts people, or what have you. So it's more than just a language you're getting, right? It's more. It's much more. And for me, Old English is a tool, right? And as a tool, we can use tools for good things, bad things, or neutral things. And I like to use this tool called Old English as a way to make a positive difference in the world. All right? Because, you know, it's really something when you have a channel like this, when you have you know, I guess I'm putting it humbly, that a few thousand people are watching you. What I say and think matters. You know, there are people as young as 13, I think, if I remember the analytics correctly, if I'm reading the analytics correctly. There are people as young as 13 who watch my videos. I've had one person in my life tell me, "Kevin, I grew up watching you." That says something. That says a lot. And it's you know, quite a responsibility to have this channel, and, you know, be wary of what I say, and you know, and how I conduct myself, even off camera, right? You know, oh, it doesn't matter what you do in your personal habits. No, it does matter. It does matter, right? So, anyway, but to say something really uplifting. I know I've said this quote many times before, but I really want to say it again to really inspire you, you know, or you can use the same quote to inspire others, to bring more positivity in the world. And everyone has something within them, you know, that they can show the world, or what have you, because everyone has their own psychophysical nature, their own talents, and this and that. And it's just, the problem is, a lot of people, they put themselves down. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. or they fear of like, oh yeah, they go for it, then they fear of some concocted, thing from feeling anxious or whatnot. They'll think somehow it's going to get ruined, or they fear they'll ruin it themselves, or something of this or that. Fear in that context is like it's like seeing, it's like thinking you're seeing a snake, but it's really a rope. Okay, and in that context, people act accordingly. They think they see a snake. Oh no, how scary! But then they realize, wait, hang on here. That's not a snake. That's a rope. It never was a snake before you were there, while you're there, and after you were there. Similarly, you get people that don't pursue what they really want. They think, oh, it's too hard. Oh, it's this or that. Or what are people going to think of me and whatnot? I mean, hey, I'm happy. I'm pursuing what I want, and I'm sharing with the world. I mean, yeah, Old English is a bit obscure for some people, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, yeah, the quote I wanted to tell you. Whichever action is performed by a great man, common men follow in his footsteps. And whichever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 21. So, even in your own life, someone you know who inspired you to go to the next level, someone that, or you yourself have inspired someone. Because the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you never know who's watching you. And, or having a conversation with a friend, and this friend from, way back when comes up to me, like, yeah, hey, man, remember that time you said that thing to me, and, really changed my life and whatnot? Well, you're trying to remember, jog your memory, well, what did I say 5 years ago? Things like that. These things do happen. They do happen. All right? It's just, I'm really proud of myself that this channel is really something that I hold dear, that I put all my talent into, anywhere from writing, storytelling, singing songs, writing songs, and doing all that sort of thing, and the friendships I've encountered, friendships I've made throughout, and people I've encountered throughout this journey of being a YouTuber, so to speak, right? What I'm really proud about myself is that I've done this with my own two hands, it's not like I learned this stuff in university and got inspired, oh, why don't I do a channel about that, No, this is something that, which is right now I realize is a great segue to tell you the origin story. In high school, I was a very curious kid, wanted to know where things come from, and then I wanted to know where English came from, and then got into Beowulf, realized, I want to be able to not only read it, but able to understand it so I can recite it to my future children, should that happen in this life. However, at the time, there weren't many places to learn Old English from, alone on the internet, so I sort of dropped it off. But then, later in life, almost finished my history degree, which I changed from that into a linguistics degree. Anyway, so but that's for another story. And so while I was pursuing a history degree, I got back into Old English, but this time I went through databases. So I found grammar books, I found primers and whatnot, and it happened by circumstance, if you will. One of my friends happened to be a former professor that taught Old English. How lucky was I? And I didn't even realize it at the time, right? So, and then as I was learning Old English, sort of on my own, if you will, with some help, then I thought to myself, why don't I become a source for not only for myself, but for the rest of the world? So in September 2014, I started the channel. And then a year later, and I thought to myself, well, in order to really understand Old English and to give me somewhat of an intellectual break from Old English, well, I got into other Old Germanic languages. Hence my second channel, Learning Old Germanic Languages, which is, has to do with every other Old Germanic language, whether that's Old Saxon, Old Frisian, Old High German dialects, more accurately to explain, Gothic, and some Old Norse. But anyway, back onto Leornende Eald English. This is a channel as it's very dear to me that, I've worked so hard on it. I've helped many people with it. I would think with their studies in some way, one way or another, maybe. And I'm glad for all the diverse content I've created, utilizing my talents and whatnot. And it's just amazing that there's a whole audience out there that appreciates my quirky interest into Old English, Anglo-Saxon, if you will. And, it really means a lot, guys. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's 8 years, I've been at it. And I will keep on making videos, no matter how long the breaks are, so to speak. Because I do have a life, things get in the way of the channel, and but it's and even then, when I am in a circumstance where it's making videos is less frequent, it makes me cherish the time more with you guys. Right? Some of you have been with me from the start. Some of you have seen the channel grow. Some of you just discovered me, and that's okay. Or some of you halfway through. It's really something, and this channel has layers. And for some of you, this won't make sense at first, but especially if you're new to the channel, but as you watch more of my videos, then what I mean by layers, like understanding what the channel's really about, it'll become clear to you, right? So, yeah, Old English, I would say is the deepest rabbit hole I ever got myself into, because I never thought it would lead me to where I am now with a YouTube channel that has an audience of a few thousand people, and and been doing it for 8 years. It's really something else. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, for watching, subscribing, and supporting the channel in any shape or form. Because without you, without the encouraging words from you guys, and the fact that you guys appreciate what I do, I wouldn't be where I am now. Right? Who would have thought, that I could make this topic Old English, what it is now, right? Because thing is, it's not, I think what led to where I am now is not so much a bit of it is it's Old English itself, but I think a lot of it is what I did with Old English, right? It's what I do with Old English. I have fun with the language, but, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my life with it, and so, for those that really support what I do, I thank you, Something I want to share, something I read on the internet, something to the effect of that your biggest fan is someone you don't know, and your biggest hater is someone you know, but I think that can vary from content creator to content creator and fan base to fan base and whatnot. If you're a big fan of someone, wouldn't you want to make yourself known? I don't know, maybe not, but what am I saying? No two people are the same, right? So, anyway. Yeah, so this is one of those videos where I get to spend time with you guys and show you my character. Alright? And one last thing I forgot to mention, and this is quite important. There was a time when I started the channel, or about to start the channel, I thought to myself, Kevin, you could be more popular, or what have you, if the channel was about Old Norse, Things would have been quite different for me. Had the channel been about Old Norse, But then, if I did Old Norse, then I'd have like a weight in the back of my conscience, like kind of betraying what I initially wanted or what have you, you know. And because thing is, it's having this channel is more than just, you know, my intellectual interest in Old English and whatnot. It's I'm connecting people to their history, right? So, and this is part of my history too, right? And so, suffice to say that you know, or I can proverbially say that I chose my own people over gold. Right? I chose honor over gold. You know, like, because I know that if I did Old Norse, I wouldn't be happy with myself. You know, because I didn't stay true to what I initially intended. But with Old English, you know, this is my original intention, and I kept to it and whatnot. So, yeah, that's what I want to add. Again, I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank God, you know, for allowing all this to happen, and for all those who have come into my life and this and that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to take care of yourselves and all the best. Bye-bye.